Number one, make beats every single day. I can't stress this enough. When you start making beats every single day, you start getting desensitized to the music itself, so you're getting better. Think of it like the gym. Imagine if you only worked out when you felt like it. Yes, it's gonna be a little bit harder at first, and you can take some rest days, you can take a day or two off, but the moment that you get a beat block, you must realize that you're getting better. Making beats every single day was how I built my sound in 2020. It was just like I was obsessed. I used music as a business project. How can I make myself the best producer who can make R&B, country, trap? I would suggest just focus on one genre, make beats in that genre every single day, and watch how good you will sound in 30 days, 60 days, and even 90 days. Even if you're a great producer, find something that you can't produce right now and just try to produce it every single day. Even if you don't finish a beat, but you're just working, you're starting out on new ideas, you're getting creative, you're getting better. Realize this, beat block only means your standards, your ears are getting better. It's not that you suck or the beats themselves suck. It's just that you're getting satiated with your music production, which is a good sign. Second thing, focus on your connections. Throughout my producing career, I've always seen producers that are not as good as me music-wise, and like I'm not saying this out of ego, but just to be real, that had way more placements. Why? Because number one, they had better connections, they were in person, you just had better nurtured network. And the moment I realized that, I just focused on the quality of the connections that I have. And I'll give you this analogy. You think of just somebody who's a complete stranger and your homie. Who would you rather win? Obviously your homie. It's nothing against that stranger, but your homie, you have a connection with him, you want to see him win, it will just make you feel better. The moment I realized that, I just focused on my connections, the quality of these connections. Even outside of music, I would just develop personal relationships with these guys, and my placements just went up crazy. I got way more placements the moment I started doing that. Third thing, it's never a sound problem, it's always a connections problem. Whenever you feel like, man, I just gotta get better, man, I just gotta get better. Healthy mindset, but it's not why you're getting placements. You're not getting placements because the people that are around the artist, either one, they don't know you exist, or second, they don't know you personally. So they're less likely to put you on, exactly like I said in the previous step. I can't stress this enough. So many people literally gave me placements just to build rapport with me. Just to like, hey Antar bro, let's tap in, I just got you a song with XYZ. And even to this day, I still do it. If I want to develop a connection with, somebody, or like even my homies, I would just put them on a song. I'm like, hey bro, this song is finished, but like, hey, come hop on bro. I would rather you on. I want to hear your touch on this beat. So it was never about the sound itself. It's more so about your leverage, your distribution, your marketing, your sales. It's a business at the end of the day. Music is a product. You are your own business. Fourth, sell to artists. Now, despite what I just said about getting placements, placements are absolutely essential for getting your status up as a music producer. Of just like, hey, I can make hits, you can trust me. But on the other side of things, you will still be broke. Placements don't pay shit. Labels only pay you as a tax write-off. They don't pay you for your services. They pay you as like a tax deduction, so they can profit and make more money. I know personally platinum producers that are making no money at all, and some that are making like 4K a month, and they have tons of placements, they actually have hits. So when I say sell to artists, I mean reach out to upcoming artists or have them reach out to you through making content or whatever, which we're gonna cover. But the point is, you wanna use yourself as a service-based business. That way you can charge for your time, you can charge for your services, and you're able to charge high ticket and sell for thousands and thousands of dollars per artist. Not just, a volume game, because like whenever I talk about selling to artists, people think it's a volume game. It's never a volume game. Having one artist that absolutely appreciates your time and you're locked in with him, perfect. Absolutely perfect. You need to handle objections though, which we're gonna cover as well. Objections like, hey bro, let me pay you on Friday, I need to think about it. These are not true. Does not mean that they don't wanna do it, which there's a whole formula on this. This is what I coach my clients on inside the inner circle. Fifth, never sell in the DMs. Like so many Russian producers, so many overseas producers message all the artists that I work with. And they show me like they get 40 messages per day from random producers. How do you expect to price differently if you're texting and you're doing what's comfortable within your niche? What is comfortable inside the producer business is that, hey man, I'll text this artist, if he likes my beats, he will pay. That's not like, imagine when I used to tell that to, I have multi-millionaire mentors, I'm like Daniel G and whatnot. Just like having that discussion with my mentors that nobody inside the music industry knows sales, they're laughing. But like, can't stress this enough, there's an entire industry called the sales industry, where companies making hundreds of millions of dollars every single year just through sales. Just through selling their services and their business and marketing agencies and all that. And you, as a producer, you think if that person wants to pay me $1,500, he would? What kind of approach is that? That's just unrealistic. If you want to charge premium, you also gotta sell premium. Like you just can't sell like a scammer and expect to price differently and price premium and have people just flood you with money, which is ultimately the goal, to get to 10K a month. 6, learn what to say when artists tell you, hey bro, it's just too expensive, bro. Like, I can't do this right now. This is only an objection and it's a smoke screen. So think of a fat person. If they want to lose weight, what kind of excuses or reasons do they give you? I will do it next week when I'm ready. I don't have, when I'm not working. I'll start on Monday. I will start next year, new year, new me. Yo bro, I'm gonna go grocery shopping and I'm gonna start working out, I promise. But they never do it. Because if they wanted to, they would have already done it. It's up to you, the producers, up to you once you learn sales, to get people to trust themselves enough to chase their dreams. When artists tell you that, they just don't think it's valuable essentially to invest $1,500 into their music career. Not with you, but into their music career. Obviously, given that you need to also show, get their guard down, you want to build trust on the phone call, you want to pre-handle objections, you want to have a good offer, like a really good offer as well. At the end of the day, people don't trust themselves to take action on their dreams. If you don't believe me, look down the street. Bunch of 40, 50, 60-year-olds that, man, what if I did that? What if I just overcame my fear? Either fear of failure or fear of success. Either fear of trying things and failing, or trying things and getting the thing that I wanted and feeling like I'm not good enough, like I feel like I don't deserve it. This is exactly what the artist goes through. And remember, at the end of the day, all musicians are human beings. Whatever works in sales will work on artists. It's just that you don't know how to handle these objections, and frankly, you weren't in a position, you weren't taught. There isn't like a YouTube video on it, but this is what I'm gonna give you. If you want my exact sales training, by the way, I have a video of how to get to 10K in 10 minutes. Absolutely essential. You will never see info like this in the producing game. 7th, find other producers that sell to artists and work with them. This is the easiest way to make money. When you're surrounded by winners, you'll be a winner. When you're surrounded by people constantly working with artists, whether they're selling type beats, whether they're massive on Instagram, whether they're in a circle, whether they're in a group where everybody's making money, just being around that energy and allowing yourself to demand thousands of dollars on the phone and watching that shit be normal, it will do a lot for your money belief. A lot of producers are traumatized. I've talked to a producer once and he was telling me, man, I make $800 like in a month. And I'm like, cool, bro, and where do you want to get to? I want to make 7K a month. I'm like, cool, why not? Why are you not doing it now? It's just too much work, it's too much that. That guy is comfortable at $800 a month. If I say that to somebody outside the music industry, they would think I'm lying. But because producers are traumatized from labels not paying them, from artists not paying them on time, and because they don't have a process, they don't think it's possible. They think that their dreams, they're not worthy of their dreams. But when you're surrounded by people making $4,000 a day, making $2,000 on one call, people making 3, 5, 11K, 15K a month, it's like exactly like the guys inside of my inner circle, your dreams are reality. It's normal for you to demand more out of life, and it's normal for you to get what you want and what you deserve. It is not about what you sell. And I promise you, I've trained people outside of the music industry as well. It's never about what you sell, it's about the intention that you're using when you're selling them. Let me say that again. It is never about what you sell, it's about the intention that you're using when you're selling them. If you're selling an artist and your intention is, bro, I'm gonna help this artist market himself better, make the best songs, even if you don't believe that you're the best producer, or just, get in the best mixing engineer and I genuinely wanna help him, you can price $1 million, I don't give a fuck. You're able to do that because your intention is absolutely right. But if your intention is, man, like I just wanna make money, it's a quick money, make money quick scheme or whatever it is, on that phone call, as soon as you price and you drop the price of like, hey bro, it's $2,000, the moment he gives you an objection, you will buckle, you will completely crumble. Because you inherently, you don't believe like you're helping him. You feel like this is something that you're doing for yourself, not to that artist. Do you see what I'm saying? Your intention when you're selling to these artists is everything in the world. That's what allows you to charge more comfortably. And when you're seeing other people making a lot of money as well, it is normal for you to make money. Your standards just go boop. You have to think big and feel small. 8th, you must understand other people won't respect what you do, and it's absolutely okay. If you say to somebody, hey man, I make money off music, number one, they probably think you're a hobby. Second, they probably doubt you. And if your mom or your family or your parents or your friends or your homies shit on your dreams and just ask you like, bro, why you making content? That's corny, that's cringe, bro. Like, what are you doing? Know this, there's something called the stadium effect. If you're a football player and nobody's booing you in the side of the whatever the fuck it's called, you're not doing shit that actually matters. If people are neutral, if you're posting content and you're neutral, no hate comments, no love comments, something is wrong. You're not growing enough. If you want to sell to the general audiences, this is advanced shit that I'm giving you right now. If you want to sell to the general audience, which is a lot of artists, expect people to bully you in the comments if you're posting content. Expect artists to tell you on the phone, hey bro, you're a scammer, bro. You think I would have paid you $1,500? Cool. Talk to the next artist and I promise you, you will piff. He won't even give you an objection. You must understand, you will meet people like that. It says nothing about you. It just shows that you're growing. You're talking to more people. It's a stadium effect. So many eyeballs on you. There's gonna be hate, there's gonna be love. If there's no hate, there's no love, you're not growing. And you're just playing it safe. Ninth, never shrink yourself when you're around your homies. If you just got a major placement or you just made a huge sale, $2,000 or $4,000, which is honestly not huge. But if you made, like, let's say, you closed 5 hours today, you made 6K today, and you don't feel the urge to tell that to your home, or you're like, you're excited to tell that to your homies, and you're like, hey man, like I made a lot of money today, but I'm not sure if I can replicate this, man. Like when you're around your homies, and I can't stress this enough, never talk down on you, never talk down on your goals, never shrink yourself. Say the things that you want out loud and never feel shame. When you want to flex that placement, hey bro, we already know you got a song with Lil Baby, bro. Like, are you gonna make that your entire personality? Fuck yeah, I'm gonna make that my entire personality. Why do you give a fuck? You have to understand, if you shrink yourself, you're gonna feel guilt towards your dreams. If you shrink yourself and you don't talk about the number of sales that you're making, the amount of money that you're making, when you're on that phone call with the artist, it will show up in your conviction. It will show up in instances where you lose the frame. Where if you're not in sales, losing the frame, which is that you're the one controlling the convo. If you feel a little bit of guilt, if you feel a little bit of shame about what you do, you're gonna lose the control of the conversation. You're gonna lose control of the conversation. You're gonna lose control over your dreams, and you won't have that need, that push to keep working harder. But when you're around people that help you expand, that help you work harder and allow yourself to want more, to deserve more, you will just be running at 100 miles per hour, driving at 200 miles per hour, and you feel like you're just slowing down. Think of it like this. You're on a highway, you're driving a fucking Prius, and you're driving at 60 miles per hour, you feel like you would be zooming in this shit. But if you're driving a Formula 1 car and you're in a Formula 1 race, everybody's driving, I don't know the speedometer on that, 200 miles or 250 miles, it doesn't feel like 200 miles. Maybe in the neck pressure and everything, but when you're seeing people that are constantly winning, and it's just a race between all of you guys, you're motivated and you're naturally inclined to keep taking action, to take more action and grow your dreams. 10th, reinvest in your equipment and reinvest in your business skills. The moment I got my first advance, what I did, I just upgraded my laptop, I upgraded my interface, I bought a speaker, I just did everything that was music related in order for me to sound better as a music producer. Because you gotta realize this, yes, this game is pay to win, 100% is pay to win. You can put in the same effort, but if you're in the right vehicle, if the equipment is better, you won't need to mix harder. Equipment won't make you a producer, but better equipment will definitely make you way more. Equipment by itself won't make you a producer, but better equipment definitely will make you a better producer. 11th, invest in sales skills. When I first started in sales, and this is a funny story, I met Daniel G because he had an event in my country and I wasn't supposed to attend that event. I wasn't part of his organization, and it was an event, it's a corporate event. He was coaching sales reps in a top organization, and I found out on accident that he's in my country. And I was like, yo, Daniel G, he's the #1 sales trainer in the world. How can I get access to him? Keep in mind, there are no videos on YouTube on how to handle objections, when you're selling to artists, or how to sell to artists. Like, there's nothing about selling music, nothing at all. So I had to fucking figure something out. I had to get that information, because that one piece of knowledge can change your life. So I dressed up in a suit, and this was a while back, by the way. Like, this was a while back. So I dressed in a suit. I drove to the hotel, just mentioned to the security guard, Daniel G, and I just acted cool as shit, as if I belonged there. And I just acted as if I was supposed to be part of the event. So they let me in. Obviously, I couldn't get inside of the hall because you needed to have tickets. So what I did, I just ate buffet outside of the hall, and I waited for him to get out. The moment he got out, I got ecstatic, like, oh my God, Daniel G. He got scared a little bit. He jumped up a little, like, who's this tall kid that, is screaming my name in the middle of the hotel? And I just asked him, like, what do I say when artists tell me this objection? And what he told me was fucking mind-blowing. When I look back at it, it's profound knowledge. It seems so simple, but it's just so hard to grasp when you're inside the problem. Because when you're inside of the problem, you can't see the solution. The moment he told me that, I applied that information to the next artist, and boom, made a sale. Absolutely perfect, life is good. And I've always reinvested back in sales skills. I invested $25,000 in one sales program. Not in general, not in personal development, but in just one program. This is how serious this shit is in order for you to build an actual business off of your music, in order for you to be actually an entrepreneur. 12th, invest in marketing skills. So going back to also why I invested in sales was to make more money. Marketing will do what? Will get you to know more people, to talk to more people, just build a bigger perception. Building a bigger perception gets you more views, gets you more followers, more people that you can sell to, more artists that you can talk to. So obviously I didn't know shit about Instagram. I had 2,000 followers at the time, and my story views were like shit, was terrible. It was like 100 or like 200 views at most. That was like a good story. So I thought, okay, my sales skills got better. Now, how do I get more views on my story? So I did what? I reinvested into an Instagram course, which is, yes, there are Instagram courses, and I figured out a bunch of formulas. And so, you know, I figured out that it's also a science and everything is a process. I'm not guessing anything. I'm not at a disadvantage. I just didn't know what I didn't know. I had these unknown unknowns that I had to figure out. And after the Instagram course, I went from 200 views to 600 views, then from 600 views to 1,300. And at that time, I grew follower count by double. I went to like 4,000 followers. So 1,300 from 4,000 followers, that's really good engagement. My account is very, very healthy. And so that allowed me to have something that I didn't have before, which is more views and more opportunities to talk to more people, get more placements and sell. 13th, find a mentor that you love and you want to copy his skill set, pay him and just absolutely copy him A to Z. Now, when I got into that $25,000 program, it was obviously not because, you know, I was motivated. I had to be sold on a certain skill. I had to know what I'm getting into. And obviously I was a laydown. Like, I didn't give any objections on that call, nothing at all. Advancements I've made from just investing inside of that program, it did two things to me. One, I had that confidence of, motherfucker, I paid $25,000 into myself. Who are you to give me an objection? I will objection handle you right now because I know what it takes to feel that fear, to have that risk, but actually move forward. Second, I just, you know, I absolutely copied my mentor 100%. His tonality, his voicing, the way that he paused. Like, I studied everything and I maxed out my one-on-ones that I was just like very incessant in asking for help because I wanted to be like him. I wanted to have that. I borrowed my conviction from working with him, which is something that's priceless. You can't get that from watching a YouTube video. You can't get that from, you know, Instagram content. Just being around that energy. And again, it just shows you that it's possible. So me, you know, talking to people that are way ahead of me keeps me thinking that I'm small. I'm not doing shit. I gotta get better. And I see the actual game. I see exactly how it's supposed to be done. And now it's just about doing it. And just having that confidence, having that knowledge, having that implementation and that accountability made me a way better entrepreneur. So it was absolutely worth it. I will never stop reinvesting in myself. 14, fuck passive income, make active income. I see people, producers, especially like maybe non-American producers, maybe, you know, some producers had that in mind, but I had to obviously objection handle that. They focusing on passive income when they're below 10K a month. You gotta realize that you're a middle class worker. You literally have a 9-to-5 mindset. Like, you literally can't grasp there's more money in the world for you. Like, what do you mean you want passive income when you haven't even cracked 100K or $1 million a month? Bro, I'm not to keep flexing my mentor because that's fucking, you know, that's fucking random. People who are like entrepreneurs that are, you know, multi-millionaires and their hunger is insane. They're making 10, 20 and they're about to exit for $50 million, but they're working like as if they're just starting out. They're working as if they're living paycheck to paycheck. And here I am. I talked to a producer and I talked to an artist. He's like, I want to make, you know, passive income from my royalties. Like, brother, what is going on inside of this world right now? It's obviously a lot of limitations, a lot of, you know, built up traumas that you didn't handle growing up, but it's up to you. It's not your fault, but it is your problem. 15, treat every placement and every sale as if it's your last. Never get comfortable in, hey man, I did this, I can do it again, I have to prove myself that I can actually do it again. That's just living out of lack. Don't confuse hard work with working out of lack. Meaning, what is lack essentially? Lack is feeling that if you don't have money, you're not loved, you won't survive, you need more money. And if you do get more money, you feel like, oh, I don't have enough money, I can lose that money, I have to make it back, I have to prove myself. Let me spend all of that money and try to make it back again. And that's usually fear of success. And once they go above that threshold, above that identity level, and they make that money, they will spend it all because they have to prove to themselves that they can make that money back. And it's a vicious cycle. The more money you make, the more you need to prove to yourself that you can make that money. You need to prove to yourself that you deserve that money, which is absolutely vicious. So you need to work hard from abundance, from, man, I know I can drive all these cars. I know I deserve that car. I know I deserve to do this, I have to do that. I deserve to work with this artist. Even, you know, I've been making music for like a year. Like, I deserve these things. Let me take action. It's actually possible. Like, if the finish line is so close, you will obviously take more action. But if you're just working, you know, out of ego and out of lack and out of, you know, just feeling like you don't deserve it, it's going to be a pretty tough. You either have fear of success or fear of failure. Fear of failure is that, what if I try this and it doesn't work out? Fear of success is, what if I try this, but, you know, I get lucky? What if, you know, I got lucky, I didn't deserve it, man. Like, it's guilt. I feel guilt when I sell for $1,500, $2,000. They don't need to invest that money. They don't need to invest that much money. That's exactly why I mentioned early on in the video, your attention matters more than your, you know, the price of your offer, whatever that is. Because I have to objection handle you that you deserve more. Once you deserve more, when you're talking to the artist, you will tell him that he deserves more. And then everybody feels like they deserve more. The world is abundant. You have more mercy on people and God has mercy on you. And you're a better human being and you're fucking sucking everybody up with you, even the artists that you sell to on the phone. 16, every sale that you make, after you make that sale, after you get the artist a good result, ask him for an interview where you hop on Zoom, record a Fathom, and just ask him questions. So the next time you sell to an artist, you're showing him like, hey, I got this artist a good result. I can do the same for you. I will put in all the time and effort in order for you to get a good result. This is a little bit more technical, but this is called a testimonial, where it just essentially builds up trust. So if somebody wants to invest $1,500 or $2,000 with you, they want to make sure that you can, number one, you're not a scammer, obviously. Second, you can, you're doing what you're saying that you're gonna do. You're not just like taking the money and fucking off. You're taking the money and putting in all the work and making it worth it for them. Remember, they're paying for their peace of mind. They're paying for the belief that they can make it in the music industry. They're paying for somebody that's actively caring about their music as much as they are. Not even a manager, not even a label. You want to think of yourself as a one-man label, that you're just helping this artist out with his, with his song. Get results for the artist that you sell, and then the more you sell, the easier you sell, and it's just an absolutely beautiful cycle. When you're starting out, it's going to be hard to get that ball rolling, but once you get that first sale, bro, it's just belief that you can do this shit. Keep pitching. 18th, cold outreach every single day. If you don't have a brand, I helped one songwriter who also makes beats to make 15K a month. How did we do it? A website called Loom. Don't cold outreach just like every other producer. Take a little bit of more time. It will take you 5 minutes. Record yourself. It's a screen recorder, and it will have your face inside of that pitch essentially. And just like very casually, hey man, I saw your Spotify profile. XYZ song was beautiful. When you said XYZ in the hook, I absolutely loved it. I would love to hop on the phone with you and see how I can help you, with your production, whatever it is that you offer. Send that to like 10, 15 artists. It's like a sniper approach. And you will, number one, it will filter out the unserious artists. Second, it will increase the intent of like, okay, this guy took time out of his day to send me a Loom video. He's obviously more, more personal, it's more trust, and this guy is more qualified to fix my problem and situation. He didn't just do a copy and paste message. He took time out of his day to send me a video, which is good. Cold outreach every single day. If you don't have a brand, it's absolutely necessary. You either make content or cold outreach. 19th, content every single day. Content, king. Like, there's no question about it. Content is your asset. Content is how you will make money. Content is you will be sleeping and you will get people texting you. Content is when you just put in 20 minutes or 30 minutes, even the 30 minutes that I'm spending, shooting this video, it's an asset that I will have for the rest of the year. I will probably have some guy in November who text me, Antar, bro, when you made that 20 tips as a music producer video, you changed my life. Why? Because this video is an asset. YouTube videos, Instagram content, get over your fear of failure and fear of rejection. Be comfortable being cringe. Be comfortable exiting your friend group that makes you feel shame about chasing your dreams, and post more content. Now, your content has to be targeted towards the artist that you're gonna sell to. If I make country music, I have to, put up guitars, in the video. If I wanna talk to country artists who are like, female, I have to sound a little bit more soft, and I have to sell them all like their pains and, exactly what they're going through. Always sell the person, don't sell the product. Keep this in mind. Always sell the person, don't sell the product or service. 20th, perception is reality. Whenever you feel like you're not ready, and I used to get this a lot when I was first starting out, selling my beats, I would listen to a song and I would think, bro, that song is so good. I don't know if I can sell to the artist. Like, I'm nervous. Like, how could I, make a good song with him? I'm not sure I can provide that service. All of that was just perception. You must understand, you are ready to demand the money that you want. You are ready to sell. You are ready to get that placement that you want to get. It's all just a game of perception. Perception is reality. You can manufacture an entire world. You are the judge, jury, and executioner. You can manufacture a world and set the rules for it, and other people will play this game. Money is just a world manufactured, and we're all playing that game. Everything is a game. This sounds a little bit more sophisticated, but it's not. Perception is reality. The perceived value that you have, the perceived value that you give is how you're gonna sell to these artists. Now, whether you're a producer that they can trust or not comes after the sale. It doesn't come before the sale, it comes after the sale. Perceived value to get them in the door. Actual value is to keep them as a client and get more clients and just live a better life overall, because you make more money, you're serving your people, you're actually being useful, you're chasing your dreams, you're taking risks, and this is what it's all about. Remember one thing and one thing only: things won't work out until you do.